Oh my god, how embarrassing. How terrible for Edith. Poor Edith. No. Oh my god. This is terrible for her. Stralin, you messed up, man. You're messed up. That's the new guy.
You got the job then? I'm on my way, Mr. Barrow. They say you were a footman once. That's right. So can I come to you if there's anything I need to know? Certainly. Why not?
I wonder if he's, interested. O'Brien saw the whole thing. Hello everyone, I am James. Welcome to my channel, Jimmy Ren Reacts. We're back with Downton Abbey Season 3, Episode 3. We left off with a dinner that was going to be a disaster but turned into a party. And of course, Cora's mom, she's headed back to America, I think. Miss O'Brien is struggling with her health and we don't know what's going on yet. And then of course, we're still wondering what's going to happen with Downton Abbey and the fortune of the Crawleys. So I want to know what's up with Mr. Bates and his cellmate. What's going on there? His lordship, Lord Grantham, really frustrated with him. He doesn't seem very in touch with his family and what they want, and he's always at odds with his daughters. But maybe that's normal, I don't know. We'll see what happens, and I'm anxious to get into the meat of this season. I think it's about 9 episodes that are in this season as well, just like last season. So far, so good. If you like this video, if you like this content, please give me a like or a subscribe. It'd really help me out. Or you can go watch the full-length watch along on my Patreon, where you can also vote for what I'm gonna watch next. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, I also want to know what's up with Ethel, what she's been up to and why she was there. I mean, was she just in dire straits and needed help straight up, or has she been doing work that she's been ashamed of? And that's why she showed up there to Mrs. Crawley? Okay. Doing some cleaning?
Oh, hello, Edith, dear.
Hello, Granny. Isn't it exciting?
At my age, one must ration one's excitement. See, I told her everything would come right, but she wouldn't believe me.
I still can't. Something happening in this house is actually about me. The dress came this morning.
Are they getting married?
How's Anthony? Excited, I hope?
Desperately. Just when he thought his life would never change, he's going right back to the beginning.
What? Things are moving quickly.
Are the flowers done?
Yes. I'll check them on Saturday morning and lose anything that's going over. I've kept back a few in bud.
Still no word from the doctor? I'd have told you if there was.
How long has it been? 2 months?
Why? I'm sure if he knew anything, he would have said.
Carson overheard.
You were talking the other night about your friend's daughter. Is she still looking for a place?
She is. You read about the servant shortage in the newspapers, but you can't find a situation for a lady's maid, not one.
But if I were to tell you something, you must promise not to breathe a word of it downstairs. Miss O'Brien doesn't want it known.
What are you trying, Thomas? Don't get Mosley into this stuff. Mosley, no one hates Mosley. Everyone loves Mosley.
Where will you go?
We have some land further north at Area Home on the border with Durham. It came with my great-grandmother. The house is pretty and we might make something of it. We could always rename it Downton Place.
Let's take a picnic there tomorrow. Take a break from the wedding on Edith's last day of freedom.
Mosley's in the hall. He wonders if you might have a word.
Your ladyship, may I have a word?
Of course.
Might I be allowed to put forward a candidate as Miss O'Brien's replacement?
What?
When the time comes.
Is O'Brien leaving?
I hope I've not spoken out of turn. Only I didn't want to let it go and miss the chance.
I'll be happy to listen to recommendations when, as you say, the time comes.
Does she know? Or is Cora just playing along?
Well, I must confess, I will watch her departure with mixed emotions.
Did you have a clue? Not a clue. How very disappointing.
But in a way, it raises the big question, when do we tell the staff that the end is nigh?
Don't spoil Edith's stay. Let us get through the wedding first and then tell them afterwards.
Something's not right.
You have a minute. 1 minute, yes. Only I know that Mrs. Hughes is suffering from a condition, and I wondered if there was anything I could do to help.
I can help by lessening her duties. That's really all I can see.
But you can't tell me how serious it is.
I'm afraid not. Even if I knew, which I don't. Yet.
I mean, doctor-patient confidentiality.
Reggie Swire's lawyer. It seems the death certificate has arrived from India.
Wow, so it's final.
He wants to bring it. He was quite definite.
Something interesting about it?
There's nothing going on particularly, is there?
You know there is. We're taking a picnic to Airhome to see the house we have to move into. I'm surprised you, of all people, can forget that.
She won't let him forget.
So this is the moment when you receive a huge fortune that could save Downton and you give it away.
Oh, gosh.
I'd give it all to Papa.
My darling, I hope in some small part of you you can understand.
I'm trying. Really, I am. But I can't pretend I'm doing very well.
Oh, how long are you going to argue about this?
Will there be anything more, milady?
No, unless you have something you want to tell me.
What might that be, milady?
I won't prompt you, O'Brien, if you're not ready to say.
What's Thomas doing?
Did she tell you why?
No.
We should go. Strallen won't be late. He never is, worse luck.
I know you're not happy. But Edith will be in the same county.
She'll be a nurse, Cora, and by the time she's 50, she'll be wheeling round a one-armed old man.
Can I do something for you?
Well, I'd better get back upstairs, but while you're here, I saw Dr. Clarkson today. I'm worried about Mrs. Hughes.
We're all worried, but I don't think he should have told you.
He said it would help if we lessened her workload.
But she won't be pleased he's been talking about her before it's been confirmed.
So it is cancer.
Not until it's confirmed.
Dang, Carson, man, you're
You
good.
didn't tell me, Mrs. Patmore. You told me.
Oh, Miss Patmore fell for it. Don't pry.
Very interested in politics.
Tom is our tame revolutionary.
Every family should have one.
Tame revolutionary.
Tame enough for a game of billiards. What about it?
Can you tell them where we've gone?
Yeah, go play pool. These guys are like buddies now. That's cool. They're more close to each other's age, I think.
We haven't spoken, really, since it was all settled, and why you were against it.
Yes. Well,
I just hope you believe that I mean to do my level best to make her happy.
I do believe that. It was never at all personal, you know.
No, of course not.
Anthony, the thing is done. There's no point in raking it over.
But are you happy about it?
I'm happy Edith is happy. I'm happy you mean to keep her happy. That is quite enough happiness to be going on with.
Yeah. He seems nice. Seems like he'll treat her well.
Mrs. Patmore's given me her new order list. She's done her job. It's time for me to do mine.
I just don't want you to get tired.
Who have you been speaking to?
No one. What do you mean?
He's worried about her.
Now, let me get on.
They need to talk.
When do we get something to eat?
You should start it about, well, I would say about half an inch away from the centre line. I do hope you've come for our help. You'd be so welcome if you have.
You wouldn't say that if you knew what I am, Mum. I'm past help.
Why?
If you mean by that you're a prostitute, well, then you should know that it is true of every woman who has come here to rebuild their lives, and I'm helping them. And I very much hope that I can help you, too.
That is, I am what you've said. But I don't want help.
What do you want? Her child?
I'm sorry, this has been a mistake.
Oh, please, please, don't go. Not again.
Poor Ethel.
I'm sorry, Mr. Charkham, to snatch him away.
It's quite all right, Lady Mary.
I wonder what the letter says. Is that going to be a difference maker? Papers to sign, okay.
Papa's asked Anthony to meet us there so we can all face the future together.
It's hard for your grandmother.
Matthew, it's torture for all of us. And if I ever look as if I'm finding it easy to lose my home, then I am putting on an act.
I mean, it would be hard for anyone. Especially when you have some possible lifelines out there.
Give them some champagne first, and that'll allow you the time to set it out properly.
I'll manage, Mr. Carson. What's this place we're visiting?
It's one of his lordship's houses, though I'm curious as to why they're going there today.
Maybe he likes to keep a check on things.
Maybe. This is a slightly awkward request, what with the wedding tomorrow.
Tell me.
I wonder if it might be possible for you to divert some of her work my way.
I don't understand. What do you mean, tired?
Cora?
Carson?
The fact is, Mrs. Hughes is ill, my lady. She may be very ill. I'm extremely sorry to trouble you with this at such a moment.
My heavens, how will we manage without O'Brien and now Mrs. Hughes?
Miss O'Brien?
Oh man, things are falling apart. But you know what, Carson? It's not your news to tell. Oh, you should have talked to O'Brien about it first. Look at these cars. Wow, that is amazing. Those cars. Alright. Okay, Anna's going to visit Vera's friend. Something's weird about Vera. Whatever she did, like she continues to haunt them.
I've brought the money.
Well, it's your loss because I got nothing to say.
All I want to know is if Vera ever...
Oh!
If Mrs. Bates ever suggested she was depressed or unhappy.
Of course she was unhappy. Her husband had left her and gone off with a trollop. She was scared of him by the end, and now we know she had good reason.
When did you last see her?
You better come inside.
Something's fishy here.
Bates. Watch out. Search your room. Search your bed. They've set you up somehow, your cellmate Craig and his mate.
What? What's going on?
She was terrified. She was in a strange mood. Jumpy and fearful. I remember she'd made pastry and she was scrubbing it out of her nails like she didn't care if she took the skin off.
When did you hear she was dead?
Next day, so I knew it was Bates. When I had the verdict, I thought he'd swing. And he should have if the country hadn't gone soft.
How do you know it was him, though? That's her friend, I guess.
Is it nice?
Nice enough as a retreat from the world. I wouldn't have thought it suited to much else.
I want to see this place. I wonder what it's like. I mean, it can't be that bad. Wow.
Downton
Nice.
Place. How lovely.
That's a big house.
Won't it be a bit cramped?
You do realize that for most people it looks like a fairy palace.
Yeah.
You'll be able to run it with a much smaller staff.
This is it. I doubt we'll need more than 8 servants tops. So it'll be very economical.
Okay, Alfred is hearing all this.
What about me? Where am I to go?
We still own most of the village.
Oh, perhaps I could open a shop.
Good idea, Granny.
How's everything going?
Very well, I think.
I think it's rather unfair that Mary should have an archbishop to marry her, and you've got poor old Mr. Travis.
Oh, I don't mind. And I prefer it, really, to have the man who christened us.
Good for you, Edith, finally.
He gave me a letter from Swire.
And what does it say? Did you read it?
And what did it say?
I haven't opened it.
Open it, goddammit.
Why wouldn't you?
Why?
Because I know it'll be a paean of praise. How Lavinia could not have found a better man, etc.
And you don't want to read that?
Since she could not have found a worse one, no, I don't. I already feel bad enough, and if I read his words, they will stay with me forever.
Stop it, Matthew. Stop being like that. Oh, so frustrating. Torturing himself.
Mrs. Crawley. We're back from our delicious luncheon. You had a maid at Downton, Ethel Parks. I was here when she brought her son into the dining room.
Who could forget that?
You see, I saw her this morning. And I'm afraid she's fallen into a bad way. A very bad way.
Oh, dear. I am sorry to hear that.
Okay, what's Bates gonna do? Something's in your mattress, he told them. Oh, they're gonna do a check. Uh-oh. Hurry up, Bates. What is that? What is that?
Get up, both of you. Against the wall. Mr. Turner, search the bunk, please. Nothing here. What?
Nothing there.
Clean this mess up.
What was that? Some kind of contraband?
Bastards. There's a lot of bastards in here.
Okay, I totally missed it, what that was.
Miss O'Brien, might I ask what you've confided in Mr. Molesley but have kept from the rest of us?
I don't know what you mean.
Mr. Molesley appears to have given her ladyship the impression that you're planning a change of some sort.
I'm sorry, I thought her ladyship would know.
But know what?
That you're leaving.
dare you make such an assumption?
Isn't it time for the dressing gown, Mr. Carson?
It certainly is. Thank you.
Excuse me, Mr. Mosley. I've got work to do, even if you haven't.
Thomas causing chaos.
I'll deal with you later.
Oh no, don't.
I won't be in her bad books for a gold clock.
He's in the soup.
I'm afraid I do feel let down, O'Brien. I really do. And right on top of the wedding.
You sent for me, Millie.
Yes. Thank you, O'Brien.
Jeez, all these secrets. Okay, O'Brien, time to
Mrs.
come
Hughes,
clean.
I understand that you're not well.
I mean, Mrs. Hughes.
Whom do you understand that from? If the doctor...
It wasn't Dr. Clarkson.
It is not confirmed that I am ill, Your Ladyship. I've had a test and I'm waiting for the results. But I am perfectly capable.
Mrs. Hughes, I only want to say one thing. That if you are ill, you are welcome here for as long as you want to stay. Lady Sybil will help us to find a suitable nurse.
I see.
I don't want you to have any concerns about where you'll go or who'll look after you, because the answer is here, and we will.
I don't know what to say, my lady.
There isn't anything more to say until we know where we stand, one way or the other.
I wonder how she feels about it, because someone told her secret. But it is nice to know someone cares.
We'll spend 2 weeks in Rome, then Florence, then Venice. So I couldn't be happier.
I really think you should go to bed. No bride wants to look tired at her wedding.
Is Sybil just back here for the wedding, or has she been here the whole time?
Tonight or tomorrow?
Sybil, vulgarity is no substitute for wit.
Well, you started it.
Touche. Sybil and Grandmama are funny.
I didn't mean any harm.
Well, why make it up in the first place?
I didn't make it up, I was told.
Who told you?
Mr. Barrow mentioned it, but I think it was an honest mistake.
No, it wasn't honest, and it wasn't
She
a
knows now.
mistake.
She knows now.
Don't worry about it. I can tell it wasn't your fault, Mr. Mosley. So we'll forget about it, shall we? And when you see Mr. Barrow, you can tell him that I may make some honest mistakes myself in the future.
Oh, Thomas, what are you doing? Causing all this drama again.
I didn't think it was right to destroy a man's last words without reading them. I felt it was wrong.
It wasn't your decision.
Well, I made it my decision. Do you want to hear what he says?
No.
She wrote to him after she tried to persuade you to call off the wedding and you wouldn't. She loved and admired you for this sacrifice of your own happiness, and she commended you to my care. And so I've decided in her name to add you to my list of heirs. And if the money has come to you, know it is with my full knowledge of what transpired. Please do not allow any grief, guilt, or regret to hold you back in this employment. God bless you, my boy. Reggie.
Come on, Matthew. Stop being so stubborn. That's his fatal flaw, Matthew. He's really stubborn.
Are you sure you didn't write it?
I assume you know his hand.
Not well enough to test a forgery.
Why would she forge?
I'm not accusing you of faking it. I suspect someone has.
So it won't change your mind?
Not yet, it won't.
Matthew. Jesus. What is going to then? Her ghost to come back and tell you?
You were in bed. It's a big day tomorrow.
I'll just finish this.
Is there something I can do for you?
No.
Carson, you and her need to talk.
Say anything about me to her ladyship?
I don't know what you mean. Why?
Don't worry. She was very kind and I was touched.
It's nice to know someone cares about you. Mrs. Hughes, people do care about you. You deserve it too. You're like the best. And you should really share what's going on with those closest to you in the house.
Please, I just want to ask you all something. But I had to catch you when you were all together.
How can we help, my lady?
Mr. Crawley has heard that Miss Swire sent a letter on the day she died. If so, someone must have posted it for her. And we wondered if it were any of you.
I'm afraid not. Given that the poor lady passed away that same day...
Who could it have been?
Would have been reported to me or to Mrs. Hughes.
That's right, my lady.
I see.
I wonder who sent the letter.
What was that about?
Lady Mary wanted to know if anyone had posted a letter for Miss Swire.
Oh, I did that.
Daisy, what did you say?
Poor Miss Swire's letter. She'd written it and she asked me to put it into the box in the hall. Why?
What were you doing in her room?
Making up the fire. We started talking and she said she'd written a letter. She was ever so nice.
I am grateful to you, Daisy. You cannot know how much.
Daisy is freaking everywhere. She knows more than anybody. Holy crap.
Mama, let's try to be positive. Of all of them, Anthony Strallan is the most traditional choice.
Robert, Edith is beginning her life as an old man's drudge.
You can't have everything.
Because I want the pleasure of saying I told you so.
Dowager Countess, I love her.
Are you sure you want to come to the church? You could stay here and have a lie down.
It's a wedding of one of the girls. Just let her go.
If people would wait to learn if I really am ill before boxing me up.
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
See,
I don't know anything about any illness.
Don't you? I see. Who told him?
I don't know. Maybe he just picked it up somehow. He was worried about you. He's a good man.
Oh, everyone cares about you.
He'll have the results tomorrow to call in the afternoon.
Try not to worry.
I'll try, but I won't
At least Miss
succeed.
Patmore knows. At least she has somebody that she can talk to about it. Oh.
You look marvellous.
I feel marvellous. That is, I feel marvellous because we don't have to leave Downton. Lavinia did write to her father, and it was posted from this house. In other words, every word Mr. Swire wrote in that letter was true.
But he already gave up the fortune?
Daisy posted it. The kitchen maid.
I see.
Do you, my darling? I hope so.
He looks worried. What happened?
Find one more excuse not to accept the money. I'll have to beat you about the head.
I'll tell Robert after it's over and she's left on honeymoon.
Now that I can live with.
Jeez, Matthew. I've never been so frustrated with Matthew until this season. Jeez. He's in a situation that anyone would die for. Oh my god.
And the first baby on the way. Why don't we get the photographer to take a picture of the three of us when we get to the church?
Yes. I keep forgetting that there's a baby on the way. Sybil does not look like it at all.
Perhaps the First Lady's travel was a difficult act to follow.
Or a difficult one to repeat.
Huh. Come on, Granny. Stop being so... Ooh, nice picture.
Reasonably late is one thing.
We're going in. I know we haven't always got along, and I doubt things change much in the future. But today, I wish you all the luck in the world. Thank you.
Good job, Mary. Well, I mean, you are in a good mood. I wonder how much money Matthew is getting. That's kind of my question. I wonder how much it is. Because how much does it take to run Downton for years like that? Okay. Here we go. Stralin, he looks nervous or kind of, I don't know. Oh, they all look so happy for her.
Good afternoon, my sweet one.
Good afternoon. Oh. It's great. They get to all, like, they've seen them all get married. Well, not all of them.
Dearly beloved.
Not Sybil.
We are gathered.
I can't do this. What?
No.
I can't do it.
No.
You told me so yourself several times.
My dear chap.
No. I never should have let it get this far. I should have stopped it long ago. I tried to stop it.
No.
What are you saying?
Oh my god, how embarrassing for her.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Edith, I can't let you throw away your life like this.
What do you mean? We're so happy, aren't we?
Oh my gosh. Why do this here? In front of everyone.
You don't waste yourself on me. Anthony, it is too late for this.
Might I suggest we all take a step back?
No, let him go. Let him go. You know he's right. Don't stop him doing the only sensible thing he's come up with in months.
But, Granny...
No, it's over, my dear. Don't drag it out. Wish him well and let him go.
I can't.
Goodbye, my dearest darling. And may God bless you.
Oh, he left her at the altar. Oh my god, how embarrassing. How terrible for Edith. Poor Edith. No. Oh my god. This is terrible for her. Dude, Stralin, you messed up, man. You're messed up. Oh my god, dude. It's messed up. What a terrible day for her. Oh no. That is messed up, Strong. Why did you... Oh, that's terrible. Oh, poor Edith.
When everyone gets back, can you clear all this away? I want it gone before Lady Edith comes downstairs. Flowers, glasses, everything.
Oh, poor Edith.
Is there anything I could say to make it better?
No.
Oh.
Look at them. Both with their husbands. Sybil pregnant. Mary probably pregnant. Or just go. I mean it, go!
Perhaps you should go.
Oh, that's poor Edith.
Oh. You are being tested. And do you know what they say, my darling? Being tested only makes you stronger.
Oh. I feel bad for her. Oh, look at that. Look at all the flowers and the cake and everything. Oh my goodness. What a terrible day. Is that you, Matthew? Lord Grantham must be like, this is terrible. Just everything is falling apart for him.
What should we do now?
There's nothing we can do beyond removing all signs of a wedding and holding her hand while she recovers. Meanwhile, it's time to face the business of leaving Downton. Without the wedding to hide behind, there's no reason not to get on with it and astonish the world with the extent of my wretched failure.
Actually, Mary and I intended to make an announcement.
What announcement? What about?
You don't have to leave. I'm going to give you Reggie's money. I'll accept it. And I'll give it to you.
Don't be silly. You're not going to give me any money.
But I am. You don't want to leave. Nor does Mary. Nor do any of us, for that matter.
Just take it.
What I will allow is for you to invest in the place. You'll share the ownership. It'll be your house, your estate as much as mine. We will be joint masters.
Okay. Yes. I like that. Yeah, just don't... Yeah, it's good not to just take it. Just invest together.
Earl's daughter.
Get that food.
All God's creatures
Yeah,
have
lobster.
their troubles.
Anna,
Yes?
do you think it's right that women should say what they think?
Come on. It's the 20s, man.
Things are changing for us, and the vote won't be long now. So I suppose they must get used to us speaking our minds, but...
What?
With most of the men I've ever met, if you started to court them, they'd be so terrified they'd run a mile.
Anna's like, Anna knows. Between Anna and Daisy, they know everything in the world.
Anna took up some sandwiches, but she didn't touch a thing.
I don't want Lady Edith to see any of the wedding food.
Mrs. Hughes and Anna are taking what's left down to Mr. Travers tomorrow, my lady, for the poor.
If the poor don't want it, you can bring it over to me.
How can we help Edith?
You can help her by finding her something to do.
Look at that lobster. Oh,
is this all we're getting?
All the seafood.
For your first course, some truffle egg on toast, perhaps. Some oysters a la Russe.
Then what?
There's lobster rissoles in mousseline sauce, Calvados glazed duckling, or do you fancy a little asparagus salad with champagne saffron vinaigrette?
Wow, what a dinner.
How you've gone to such pains.
Never mind me. What about the pain of that poor girl upstairs?
Jilted at the altar. I don't think I could stand the shame.
Then it's lucky no one's ever asked you, isn't it?
Damn. Thomas. F you, man.
I'd have to run away and hide in a place where no one knew me.
I think she's well out of it.
How can you say that?
I mean it. She's young. She's not bad looking. She could do much better than that broken down old crock.
Sir Anthony may have betrayed a daughter of this house, but he still does not deserve to be addressed in that manner by a footman.
Oh, I think he does, Mr. Carson.
Yeah.
And worse.
He jacked up. He messed up.
Lobster, duck, or asparagus?
Is there any cheese, Mrs. Patmore?
Jeez, you can't please this guy, can you? I'll take the lobster. The duck and the asparagus. Oh, that. Depression. Is
What
that
would you
Anna?
like me to get you?
A different life.
Let me bring
Can't
you
do
up some
that.
breakfast.
I'm a useful spinster. Good at helping out. That is my role. And spinsters get up for breakfast.
Okay, get up. Get up, get out of bed, go eat something. Did you get the news?
Going out?
Just into the village.
Can I help? I'm going down later.
No, thank you. This is an errand I have to do for myself.
Ready?
I love that.
As ready as I'll ever be.
I love that they know, but they can't say. Out of respect. Look how worried Carson is. Look at his face. He's so worried. He really cares. But it's so sad that they can't talk about it. Okay, let's hope for the best. Look at that. He's just thinking about her. Mm. 1920. I don't know. I don't think there's much treatment for cancer.
Everything all right, Miss O'Brien?
Oh, yes. Everything's all right with me. But it'll be all wrong with you before too long, mark my words.
Oh, and how is that, Miss O'Brien?
I don't know. Not yet.
Man, they used to be as thick as thieves. And now they're just become enemies.
Well, is it or isn't it?
It's not cancer. No, it's a benign something or other, nothing more.
Good.
Don't mention that you've said anything. She doesn't know that I know.
I won't say a word.
Did you tell him?
I would prefer to say I put him out of his misery.
Okay. Is it true though? Oh my gosh, it's so sad that they have to like go through a third party. You know, they're just trying to respect each other, I guess. Oh, he's like happy. He's so happy.
Dashing away with the smoothing iron. Dashing away with the smoothing iron. She stole my heart away.
That's so sweet. Look at how they love each other. Oh. I love that. Oh, that was so heartwarming. Heartwarming and wholesome. Oh, wow. Okay, so that was Season 3, Episode 3 of Downton Abbey. Wow. I can't believe that happened to Edith. Poor Edith. She got left at the altar. Strallen, I can't believe he did that to her. I thought he was going to treat her right and be good to her, and he gave her the ultimate embarrassment and hurt. Oh man, I feel so bad for her. It was turning out to be a wonderful day too, and that happened. Oh, I mean, I saw the look on his face at the church, and he didn't look right. I thought he looked nervous. I guess he was, and then he couldn't take it anymore, and that was just terrible. I like how Matthew finally changed his mind. The letter and all that stuff helped. That was a great coincidence. That was good. He felt comfortable with it. I've never been so frustrated with Matthew so far in this show. He's a stubborn one. I mean, Mary has her faults too, but Matthew, he's not perfect either. I'm really happy that Mrs. Hughes got good news, and it's really touching to see Carson and Mrs. Hughes' relationship. In one way, it's like, well, mind your own business, but in another way, it's like they care for each other, and he cares for her, and they're also being respectful. Miss Patmore was like the third party in between to convey the news and everything. I'm glad everything turned out right. And in that last scene when he's like singing and humming, and Mrs. Hughes, she hears that and she knows that he cares, and she's happy that he's happy, and I thought that was really touching and wholesome. Great episode. Can't wait to see the next one. If you like this content, if you like this video, please give me a like or subscribe. It'd really help me out. Or you can watch the full length watch along on my Patreon, where you can vote for what I watch next. With that, I'll leave you. See you next time. Bye now. Hello everyone, I am James. Welcome to my channel, Jimmy Wren Reacts. We're continuing on with Downton Abbey Season 3, Episode 4. A lot of things were resolved in Episode 3. Now, I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen with Mr. Bates. That's been dragging on for a little bit, and he's still in prison. Not much progress being made. His cellmate is his enemy, and I'm wondering what's going on there. It looks like Edith might be doing better. I don't know. Downton Abbey is saved. Mrs. Hughes has a good outlook on her health, so I'm anticipating some other bombs that are going to be dropped. We're not even quite halfway through the season yet. I'm buckling up. If you like this video, if you like this content, please give me a like or subscribe. It really helped me out. Or you can watch the full length watch along video on my Patreon, and you can also vote on what I'm going to watch next. Now without further ado, let's get into it. Love this intro. Still love it. Just want to get on the piano, get some strings, and just play this intro. Alright, let's see what happens in episode 4. Okay, lots of mail.
Nothing for me, Mr. Carson.
No, Anna. Once again, I'm afraid there's nothing for you.
Wow. Something about Mr. Bates? Let's make some progress here on Mr. Bates' situation. Nothing for him. Huh. What's up with the mail?
Come on.
Okay, so she's not getting anything and he's not getting anything? Something's wrong there, right? Oh man, how long has he been in there?
You're co-owner of this estate. You have to get into the detail.
Not to challenge Robert, surely.
You won't have any reason to, but you have to pull your weight. That's all I'm saying.
How is Bates?
I've not seen him for a while, sir.
Oh, why is that?
I'm not quite sure, sir. They've stopped all his visitors. Well, he's not written in quite some time now.
And you don't know why?
No, but I'm certain I will, before too long.
Man, how long has he been in there? A year? 2 years?
I didn't have time to come down before dinner, and now we're on our way home.
Oh.
Is she going to talk about Ethel?
Mrs. Hughes, you know I went to see Ethel Parks.
I do, ma'am.
But she has since sought me out and asked me to deliver this letter into your hands.
Okay, what's going on with Ethel?
You seem to think she'd fallen into bad ways.
I'm afraid that's the case. She's been working as a prostitute.
Wow.
My.
Ethel has been driven into this, of that I have no doubt. If this letter can give you any clue as to how I might be helpful, please let me know.
I suspect she will be too ashamed to face how far she's fallen.
Good night.
Good night, Mrs. Crawley.
Poor Ethel. She had such grand dreams for herself, and now look at her. Oh, poor Ethel.
What Lord Grantham means is that I have made an investment in the estate. That is all. Otherwise, nothing has changed.
Mrs. Hughes is short of a housemaid, Mrs. Patmore wants a kitchen maid, and I need a new footman.
I sometimes feel the world is rather different than it was before the war.
I see.
Why don't you have breakfast in bed?
Because I'm not married.
Yes, but now that...
Now that both of the others are, what difference would it make?
You know what I mean.
I prefer to be up and about.
Yeah, it's good.
Ratify the 19th Amendment.
Meaning?
All American women will have the vote.
Which is more than they do here.
Well, they almost do.
I don't have the vote. I'm not over 30 and I'm not a householder. It's ridiculous.
You should write to the Times.
Wow.
Maybe I will.
So you have to be over 30 and have property to vote as a woman? Wow. Women have the vote in the USA, which is great, but they still need it here in England. Anna got bad news.
Aid is made to Lady Mary at last.
That's nice, Mr. Carson. Thank you.
Thought you'd be more pleased.
No, I am pleased, really. I've just
Bad news?
got a lot on my mind. Sorry.
I've also advertised for a new footman.
Tried to find a man with something about him, Mr. Carson. I don't like to feel the house isn't being properly represented.
Is that aimed at me?
Alfred seems fine.
I had a letter from Ethel. Wants to meet me, but she won't come here.
What for? And why not?
You made her uncomfortable. You made her uncomfortable last time, Carson.
Heaven knows what Ethel wants of us this time.
I've stolen the nursery as a sitting room for us.
Cora said you'd been to the doctor earlier. I wondered why.
To find something for my hay fever.
No baby?
What will be used for a day nursery, should the need arise?
I think we can worry about that a little further down the line.
Uh-oh. I wonder if she'll be able to get pregnant. That's why they're bringing it up.
I suppose.
Yes, I worry about you. Yeah, that sort of thing is so horrid.
Being jilted at the altar, yes, it is horrid. Multiplied by
Yeah.
about 10,000 million.
In front of all those people? Well,
There's nothing to do at the house, except when we entertain.
There must be something you can put your mind to.
Like what? Gardening?
Well, no, you can't be as desperate as that. You're a woman with a brain and reasonable ability.
Yeah.
Stop whining and find something to do.
you were helpful during the war. You can do something now. Uh-oh. Something's up with Anna and Bates. Is someone intercepting their letters and not letting them communicate, or I wonder what's going on?
I'm going out, Anna. I've told Mrs. Patmore, and I think everything's under control for tonight. What's the matter?
Nothing.
Something's the matter.
Well, I haven't had a letter from Mr. Bates in weeks. I worry that he's being gallant and trying to set me free. He wants me to make a new life without him.
I doubt it very much.
Yeah, I doubt that. Not at this stage. It's something from the last time when his cellmate got jilted. Not jilted, but it's like some kind of get back.
Who knows what? Mr. Durrant's a dealer on the outside. What's that to do with me? He's working for your cellmate. All I know is that you punched Craig so they set you up. But you hid the stuff they planted and turned the tables on them now. They're angry. And what can they do? Tell you what they can start by doing.
They're the ones not letting the letters go out.
Durrant's reported you to the governor for violence. You're officially a dangerous prisoner. So when was the last time your wife came to visit her? How many letters have you received lately?
Why are you smiling?
Thank God, what a relief. I thought she'd given up on me. Don't thank God until you know what else they've got in store for you.
Stop talking!
Oh, what a terrible place to be, this prison.
Teaspoon, egg spoon, melon spoon, grapefruit spoon, jam spoon.
Soup?
A bouillon spoon.
But I thought soup spoons were the same as tablespoons.
Ah, so they are, but not for bouillon, which is drunk from a smaller dish. Off you go now. I must get on.
Thomas, just leave him alone.
You're taking a lot of trouble with young Alfred, Mr. Carson.
Someone's got to teach him.
He asked for help. You never did.
Yeah, and Carson gives the help if you ask.
Could you write to the Bryants to say I want them to have Charlie?
We've already been down this path. To no avail.
I know. And I know I said a mother's love was worth more than all they had to give, but I said it for me.
My dear, you mustn't do anything until you're absolutely sure.
I've got no life. I exist, but barely.
I work with others like you to rebuild their lives. Can't we work together to find a way for you to keep your son?
With his grandparents, Charlie can build a life that is whatever he wishes it to be. With all respect, Mum, you and I working together could never offer him that.
Yeah, but his grandfather is terrible.
Say that Ethel would like them to keep in contact with their grandson.
I won't change my mind.
Nevertheless, that's what I'll
Okay.
do. Then there'll be no disappointment, whatever comes.
Yes. So you gotta listen to them, you dummy. Listen to their advice.
Ethel has had a very hard time of it since she left us, Mrs. Bird. She's had great difficulty making ends meet.
We know how she solved that problem. Keep my regards to Mr. Maudsley.
Mrs. Bird.
I had a coat.
It's there.
You will help Miss Parks. Please, Mrs. Bird.
Doesn't respect Erica's what she's doing.
Some manners wouldn't go amiss.
I do not believe it is part of my duties to wait on the likes of her. I'm sorry, but that's what I feel.
Yeah, she's fallen to the bottom of society. Poor Ethel.
I don't want thumbscrews or the rack, but there always seems to be something of Johnny Foreigner about the Catholics.
Okay. What's this? Who is this? And who was that on the bike? It looked like a cop.
I've no time to talk, but tell them I'm all right. I'm out of the flat. They haven't stopped me.
Who hasn't stopped you? Sybil?
Are you in Dublin? Wait, did they move back to the village, or are they still in Dublin? I don't know. I don't think I got that. Dang it.
She kept on about being out of the flat, and nobody had stopped her, and...
What do you mean no one had stopped her? Stopped her from doing what?
That's just it, I don't know.
Branson.
Where are they?
Tom, what's happened? Where's Sybil?
I had to get away and leave her to follow, but I made all the arrangements in case.
What's going on?
And why must she follow you alone?
I can explain.
There's a dinner going on, but I'll go and tell them that you're here.
No, don't. What's the matter? Tom!
Go upstairs and find some dry clothes of Matthew's. I'll come for you when the coast is clear.
What? Is he in trouble?
Would you please ask Miss to sort some food out for him?
Yes, my lady.
I mean, everyone knows now. Alfred saw him. What's happened?
Do you think he's on the run from the police? Don't be so daft.
Yeah.
What room is he in?
I'll take that, thanks, Daisy.
So there'll be no more gossip on that subject tonight. They turned everyone out of the castle. Lord and Lady Drumgool, their sons, and all the servants. And then they set fire to it.
Oh.
What a tragedy.
Violence.
But what was your involvement? Who says I was involved?
Well, you seem to know a lot about it if you weren't.
And why are you running away? And what was Sybil's part in all this?
She's not involved, not at all. They think I was one of the instigators.
So the police are looking for you?
That's why I couldn't go home.
You gave them Sybil while you saved yourself.
I don't think they'll hold her. But if they do, then I'm prepared to go back and face the consequences.
You damn well better be.
I didn't say I wasn't there.
What were you doing there?
Why were you? For the fun of seeing private property destroyed.
When I saw them turned out, standing there with their children, all of them in tears watching their home burn. I don't want their type to govern Ireland. I want a free state, but I was sorry. We agreed that I should leave at once and that she'd close the flat and follow. But I got the last boat, so she won't be here before tomorrow.
Good God Almighty! You abandon a pregnant woman in a land that's not her own. You leave her to shift for herself while you run for it.
Oh, Branson, you dummy. Shouldn't have left her. You're a fool. I think he knows he messed up.
What if he has to go to prison? What then?
That's quite enough of that, thank you, Miss O'Brien. But to be honest, I knew it would happen. I knew he would bring shame on this house. It sounds as if he's on the run from the police, and for all we know, Lady Sybil is languishing in a dungeon somewhere in Dublin.
Let's wait and see what the morning brings.
Yeah. Languishing in a dungeon? Wow, so dramatic.
An electric toaster. I've given it to myself as a treat, if it's any good. I'm going to suggest getting one for the upstairs breakfasts.
Is it not enough that we're sheltering a dangerous revolutionary, Mrs. Hughes? Could you not have spared me that?
What's wrong with the toaster? I love toasters. I want to see how that works, too.
Hello?
Oh?
Can we help you?
I'm here to see Mr. Carson.
Oh, for the new footman position.
Who's this? Jimmy Kent, at your service. I'm Mr. Barrow, his lordship's valet. And I'm hoping to be his lordship's footman, which is why I'm looking for Mr. Carson.
What's the matter? Have you all been turned into pillars of salt? May I help?
I've come for the interview.
I see. Well, if you'll wait there.
All the maids are like, whoa, who's this guy?
I find your actions despicable, whatever your beliefs.
That's all very well, Papa, but you must keep Tom out of prison.
I'll go to London today. I'll telephone Murray and ask him to arrange an interview. I won't come home until I've seen Short.
Thank you. I know it's right.
It's right for him.
And for Sybil and for this family.
Yeah, you can't have him go to prison.
What a harsh world you live in.
We all live in a harsh world, but at least I know I do.
You can't let him go to prison. He's your son-in-law, no matter what you think.
I see you've been working for the Dowager Lady Anstruther.
Yes, but she's closed up the house and gone to live in France. She begged me to go with her, but I didn't fancy it.
I see. She begged you, did she?
You know what women can be like.
Okay.
Not, I suspect, as well as you do.
Sounds sus? I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. That's her son?
Hey, Charlie, let's put your hat on.
He's so big now.
Be a good boy for Mummy, yeah? Yeah.
How old is he?
Come on.
He looks like 3.
We know what you are now, Ethel. We know how far you've fallen.
How could you know about me?
Do you think it's so difficult to find out about a woman like you?
Man, shut up.
You mean you've had me followed?
What? Didn't you think we'd keep a check on our grandson?
We're not judging you.
I'm judging her.
Man, shut the F up, dude.
And I find her wanting.
This guy's a jerk.
Decided to offer you some money to make things easier so that you won't have to.
Unless you don't want to give it up.
Ethel.
There's Mrs. Bird with the tea.
Just accept it and move on.
Would you like to help me, Ethel?
That's right.
Yeah, let them spend some time together. They need to bond a little bit so that they might want to take him in, maybe, like she wanted.
Thank you, Mrs. Bird. Ethel, you don't have to do this. You have a choice.
You mean I should take money from that man? It won't be much. Enough to keep us from starving, but not much more.
But even if Charlie doesn't go to a famous school or university, you'll be there to give him love.
Yeah, I suppose Mr. Crawley went to a famous school and university. I see. Thank you, Mrs. Crawley.
Yeah, so she's saying that her son went, so it's not good enough for her own son? Ethel's son?
Tell Turner about it. He's straight. But don't tell him till the afternoon.
What are they doing? What are they planning? Who's this dude that he befriended?
Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Why are you helping me?
Yeah.
I can't stand Craig.
Oh, okay. The enemy of your enemy is your friend.
You do that very neatly, my dear.
I was trained by Mrs. Hughes.
She was a good worker, even though things haven't gone so well lately.
I hope that you can accept our offer, Ethel. And that we can be friends, because we both wish you well. Don't we, dear?
I don't wish you ill, I'll say that.
Yeah, okay.
I can't accept your
Take
offer.
that. Why?
And we won't be friends.
What?
Why? Ethel!
I think you love my son, Mr. Bryant. I don't think you're a nice man or a kind one, but I believe you love my boy.
Mummy.
So you'll be pleased by what I've come here to say.
Ethel, God. I get it. She should be treated with respect, but she's just instigating more anger.
Aha. You started on the Augean task. How are you getting on?
Not badly. I'm beginning to get a sense of how it all works.
In a way, it's probably best you tackle it by yourself.
Huh. I mean, he's capable.
Anna said you were interviewing footmen today.
That is correct. One was steady, but not much else. But the ladies downstairs want the other one.
Why is that?
I don't know precisely, unless it's because he's more handsome.
Mary knows.
Of course it's because he's more handsome. Oh, do pick him, Carson, and cheer us all up a bit. Alfred's nice, but he does look like a puppy who's been rescued from a puddle.
This new one seems very sure of himself.
Sounds like trouble. I'm gonna guess.
Tell the maids they can buy their valentines.
So be it, my lady.
Something tells me that that guy's gonna be trouble.
Alfred is very good, you know. He's very willing, even if he is Miss O'Brien's nephew.
I like Alfred. What's wrong with him? He's not done nothing really bad.
Really, nothing worse could be said of any man.
A rescued puppy.
You'll want to say goodbye.
Oh. He has to say goodbye to his mother?
Give you my blessings for your whole life long, my darling boy. Yes.
How can...
remember that or me. But they'll stay with you all the same.
Oh, this is so sad. This is so sad. Just to give up her son.
Let's not make a meal of it.
I'll write to you.
I'll never see my son again.
Never is a long time, Ethel. But you were right. He does love Charlie. And not just for his father's sake. Now I must be going.
They look relatively young. I mean, people's life expectancy wasn't as it is today, but... And they have money. Oh, that's sad. Ethel... Oh, that's so sad. Look at him waving goodbye. Oh, that's terrible. Terrible.
You've done a hard thing today, Ethel.
Yeah, that is tough.
Hardest thing of all.
That is the hardest thing of all.
You don't agree, do you?
I don't want to make you doubt now that it's happened.
Yeah, it's already too late.
You've done the right thing for the boy, Ethel. Whatever Mrs. Crawley may say, begging your pardon, ma'am.
Perhaps you're right.
I am, until we live in a very different world from this one.
Yeah.
Well then, I should be away.
I mean, in this time, in this world, she has no help or chance.
What chance is there for a woman like her?
Yeah.
She's taken the road to ruin. There's no way back.
Will she make it back? Maybe she will later on. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe she'll make something of herself and want her son back. Oh, Mrs. Crawley. It's hard. It's easy to be critical when you have a lot of privilege, though. If you're in her shoes, I don't know. She wants a better life for her son. Oh. Uh-oh. They're gonna find something.
Mr. Turner. Well, well. A very mysterious package, I don't think.
Oh.
I don't know. I've done nothing.
He got him back.
You better come with us, Craig.
He got him back.
I'll be sorry.
Wow, look at that. Downton Abbey looking good. Beautiful day. That must be Sybil.
Oh, thank God.
Branson, you idiot! Oh, God.
I'm so sorry.
They didn't try to stop me, but it doesn't mean they won't come after us, unless Papa can persuade them otherwise.
Tom, how could you have left her all alone to fend for herself?
It wasn't like that. We thought this might happen and we decided what to do. The question is, what now?
You mustn't travel anymore, not before the baby's born.
But Tom wants it to be born in Dublin.
He won't hold you to that now.
Telegram for you, my lady.
Your father's coming home. He's seen Mr. Short. Neither of you is to leave Downton.
I'm with the family. Like, Tom Branson is just... you've done so much... I'm kind of infuriated with him.
How was London?
Quite fun, as a matter of fact.
That's the new guy.
You got the job then?
I'm on my way, Mr. Barrow. They say you were a footman once.
That's right.
So can I come to you if there's anything I need to know?
Certainly. Why not?
I wonder if he's, interested. O'Brien saw the whole thing.
If you do, you'll be put in prison. It's the best I could manage.
Surely they need proof to ban a man from his own country.
They have more proof than Tom will concede.
Is that fair?
But he did not tell me that he attended Dublin meetings where the attacks on the Anglo-Irish were planned.
I was always against any personal violence. I swear it.
But you were not against the violent destruction of property.
I've told you, the sight of it was worse than I expected.
Whatever the reason, I don't want Lady Sybil Branson to join their ranks. If Tom can stay away, they'll leave him alone.
I can't be kept away from Ireland.
You'll be arrested the moment you touch dry land.
Now then, do what Mr. Carson tells you.
I know what I'm about.
Are you all right, Alfred?
Yes, but shouldn't I be carrying the pork and Jimmy the veg? I am first footman.
Never mind that, up you go.
Isn't he first footman like he says?
That's for Mr. Carson to decide.
Competition.
It's nice to think we're running at full strength again.
Really? I'm running at full strength and always have been with no one to help me neither.
All in good time, Daisy. All in good time.
Daisy, be patient. I guess she has been patient. Can't really blame her.
You wrote to a newspaper. No lady writes to a newspaper.
I think Granny's right.
Can somebody write that down?
It's good to have strong views, but notoriety is never helpful.
Well, I've sent it now.
It won't be published.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Papa.
This is our new footman, Mama. What should we call you?
Jimmy.
James, Your Ladyship. This is James.
Nice name.
Well done, Carson. That must have cheered up the maids.
Poor Alfred.
We mustn't allow him to be completely overshadowed.
At least Alfred is tall.
I don't care if you are Father Christmas to Lady Anstruther. You are James now, and you will stay James while you're at Downton.
Yeah, that's a fine name.
Tomorrow we'll make some plans.
I don't know how. You've lived out of Ireland before, surely you can again. But Ireland's coming of age now, and I need to be part of that.
You can't, man.
I know you kept me free, and I am grateful.
You can't just do what you want now. You're married and you have responsibilities to your spouse. You can't just do whatever.
Yes, there were some aspects of the way things have been done that I wasn't quite sure about.
You sound like Murray. He's always banging on about how we should overhaul this or overhaul that. Nothing's ever right for him.
Hesitate to say it.
Come on, we should let them get in here. We can talk about it another time if you really want to.
Okay, I sense some friction here about how they want to run the household. All the letters. A stack of them.
When did they come? They came when you're out of favour. Now you're in favour again. Just watch out for Mr. Doran. You're not a favourite with him.
Write her a letter right now. Right now. Prison is a terrible place. Uh-oh, smoke. Fire.
Oh, are you going to tip that over me? I was just making myself some toast. You have to set the number on the dial, and I had it up too high. But I've got the hang of it now. Would you like a piece?
No, not now.
At least he was alert to help him.
You never told me you went to those meetings.
I never told you I didn't.
Oh, come on, Branson. That's not an excuse.
And you must let the baby be born here.
You're very free with your musts.
I will not be free with our child's chances.
Branson, don't be so selfish. I can understand if he was still like a single guy with no responsibilities, but he has a pregnant wife.
Speaks out for women's rights.
What?
In a letter to this newspaper today, Lady Edith Crawley, daughter of the Earl of Grantham, condemns the limitations of the Women's Suffrage Bill and denounces the government's aims to return women to their pre-war existence.
You said they wouldn't print it.
Well done, that's most impressive.
Don't say you support her.
Of course I support her, and so do you, really, when you've had a chance to think about it.
So I should hope, anyway. No. What do you think, Carson?
I would rather not say, my lord.
Carson is so old-fashioned, but I love him. Good job, Edith. Maybe she'll be a writer.
There's quite a packet of letters arrived for you earlier. Are they all from Mr. Bates?
It looks like it.
Why so many at once?
Oh, I neither know nor care. Just so long as I've got them.
Oh, good. I'm glad that she got them. What a time. You could only wait for letters. Maybe a phone call if you're lucky.
It's good to know you're on my side.
I am on your side, Alfred. In fact,
go for it.
there's something I've been wanting to say.
You got my attention?
Well,
Here we are, Daisy.
Miss Patmore,
I'd
shut
like to
up.
introduce Miss
Oh.
Ivy Stewart, the new kitchen
Oh.
maid. And this
Whoa.
is Daisy, my assistant cook.
Ivy.
Right, but aren't you a sight for sore eyes, Miss Stewart?
That's enough of that. Alfred's the footman, so you'll know enough not to listen to a word he says. Shoo.
Tell me if you need any help.
Oh, Daisy.
Sorry, Daisy, what were you saying?
nothing. Don't matter now. I hope we're going to get on.
They're
We don't
gonna
have to get on.
they're gonna start off on the wrong foot. Oh no, jealousy.
Given that I've sunk my own fortune alongside everyone else's into
Downton.
I feel a duty, apart from anything else.
What is it?
To do what I can.
What is it? What is it?
About?
Downton is being mismanaged, Cousin Violet, and something must be done. How do I do it without putting people's noses out of joint?
Oh, my dear. Oh, I doubt there is a way to achieve that.
Uh-oh. You have to be harsh. Matthew, you gotta just do it. Oh, look at her reading all the letters. Does he have a room by himself now? That's kind of nice. Ah, that's so nice. I remember before the internet, you used to have to write letters and make phone calls, and getting letters was really nice. And she's got a stack of them. It's definitely a lost art. Oh, that's it. Oh man. Wow, that went by really quickly. Wow, what an episode. Okay, that was Downton Abbey Season 3, Episode 4. Wow, I can't believe we're almost to the halfway point. Can't wait to see what happens next. Looks like Daisy got her wish. Doesn't look like they're starting off on the right foot at all. I mean, there's some jealousy there with Alfred. There's a new footman, Jimmy/James. Great name, by the way. Looks like Matthew is digging into the operations of the household and seeing some things that are not right. I wonder what it is that he found exactly. Yeah, that's going to be some drama, I think, and that's going to cause some conflict with Lord Grantham. Pretty sure. Well, we'll see what happens. If you've been here with me, thank you so much for your support. Give me a like or a subscribe. It would really help me out. If you'd like to see the full-length watch-along reaction video, you can go to my Patreon, where you can also vote for what I watch next. And with that, I'll leave you. See you next time. Bye now.